Title of the first section, Review, Finding Slope. In this section, we'll review how to find the slope using 2 points. Slope, if you remember, will equal the letter m, and the equation for the slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we'll subtract the y values, second minus the first, and divide that by the second x value minus the first x value. First problem, first point is 6, 8, and the second point, negative 2, 6. Again, if you want to, you can label these points. The first point will be x1, y1, and the second point will be x2, y2. Using the numbers, plugging them into the equation, the slope, or m, will equal the second y value minus the first y value, or 6 minus 8. And the denominator will be the second x value minus the first x value, which will be negative 2 minus 6. This will equal 6 minus 8 will be negative 2, and negative 2 minus 6. If you have these same signs, we'll add those together, keep the sign, which will be negative 8. Reducing and simplifying, negative 2 divided by negative 8. The two negatives will cancel, become positive, and 2 over 8, we can divide each of these by 2. 2 divided by 2 would be 1, 8 divided by 2 would be 4, so m equals the slope 1 over 4. Second question, and last question for the section. First point, negative 2, negative 3. And the second point, 4, 5. The equation again, m equals, we'll subtract the second y value minus the first y value. So 5 minus a negative 3. There's a minus sign from the equation and also a minus from the negative 3. The denominator will subtract the 2x values, 4 minus a negative 2. And again, there's a minus sign from the equation and a minus sign from the negative 2. Simplifying this, minus minus we can change to 2 positives. Same thing in the denominator, minus minus we can change to 2 positives. 5 plus 3 would be 8, and 4 plus 2 would be 6. Reducing the fraction, 8 over 6. Again, we can divide each of these by 2. 8 divided by 2 would be 4, and 6 divided by 2 would be 3. So our final answer for the slope, m equals 4 over 3. Title of the last section today is Slope. That is 0 or undefined. In this section we'll find the slope. The slope will either be the number 0 or the slope will be undefined. First question is a graph, XY graph. will go out to 2 in each direction. The first point is at -2, +2. And the second point is at +2, +2. Using these 2 points, we'll find the slope between the points. If you want to, you can connect them with a line. If you remember from previous sections, using a graph to find the slope between 2 points, the slope will be rise over run. From the first point on the far left hand side, the point does not go up or down, the point goes straight across. So the rise would be 0. And the run, how many spots across, would be 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. So the point is 0 spots up, 4 spots to the right. 0 divided by 4 would be 0. So the slope between these 2 points would be 0. Second question and second graph. This graph will go out to 3 in each direction. The first point will be at 3, 2. And the second point will be at 3, -1. And again, we'll find the slope between these 2 points. If you want to, again, you can connect them using a line. Using rise over run, we start at the first point that we graphed, was 3, 2. Counting the rise on this one, which actually goes down 3 spots. So that would be -3 for the rise. The run is how many spots to the right it goes. This point goes straight down, it goes no spots to the right, or 0 spots to the right. -3 over 0. Anytime you divide by 0, the answer will be undefined. And our answer will be undefined. The reason this is undefined is if you take any number, like the number -3, it is impossible to divide it into 0 groups. Anytime you divide, you have to at least have one group or part of a group. There's no way to divide by 0. Third question, we have 2 points, 2, 5, and also -3, 5. In this problem, if we have 2 points, we can use the equation rather than the graph to find the slope. M equals, we'll subtract the y values, the second minus the first, which will be 5 minus 5, and subtract the x values, x2 minus x1, which will be -3 minus 2. Simplifying, 5 minus 5 is 0. -3 minus 2 is -5. And 0 divided by -5 would be 0. So the slope between the 2 points is 0, or 0 slope is a straight line that goes left or right or horizontal. And the last question for the section. First point is -3, 4. And second point, -3, 6. Finding the slope again, we can use the equation or formula for m. M equals, subtracting the 2y values, 6 minus 4, and we'll also subtract the x values, -3 minus a -3. And again, we'll have a minus sign from the formula, and also a minus sign from the -3. 6 minus 4 would be 2. And -3 minus a -3. Minus minus, we can change to positive. -3 plus 3 would be 0. And again, any number divided by 0 would be undefined. Undefined again means you have a 0 run or any number divided by 0. It also means the line is a vertical line or straight up and down.